While we're all here in the community proffered by this time and place, let's occupy the moment for a while. The moment is a room, not without its particular economies. A room in a building built circa 1910, said to belong in the neighborhoods of Greenwich Village, NoHo, Soho, and Little Italy, in which a square foot today costs around $580, and taxes per square foot are $8.02. Where in 2010, the current establishment received violations in the categories of administration and documentation, vermin/garbage, personal hygiene and other food protection, smoke-free act, and facility maintenance. This room, containing what was and what is, once in the 1940s the Club Cinderella. Thelonious Monk was the house pianist, and Billie Holiday a regular singer. She would be here where I'm standing. Frank Sinatra would be sitting somewhere among you, his crooner voice hushed, a ghost inside a motionless body, animated only by his gaze, possibly rapt, and rightly so, since her melismatic singing could have, like in antiquity, induced hypnotic trances in her listeners. He would have been here before or after he started doing remotes for the troops stationed overseas. He would have been here before or after he said to her, "Lady, you're not commercial." But I told him about notes at the end he should bend, and later he said I inspired him. Anecdotal, trivia, it does not feel authentic. How still audiences look when engaged, their bodily sensations, with any luck, on pause momentarily. The stillness triggering doubt and self-consciousness in those feeling exposed on stage, those not in command. Laughter the surest way to generate a brief reciprocity. But we had vowed to avoid nods, and therefore jokiness as well. My delivery of these lines will not be without affectation. How ironic that the effect of a good or bad performance is akin to the narcotic one the needle induces. But needles belong in Snow White. Back to the room. Club Cinderella perhaps also neighboring a fire station to the right back then, across the street of the back of what would become the Judson Church. Once she married the prince, Cinderella stopped being referred to as a wench, a record of obsolescence. The word's not even in my word processor's dictionary. How does the story end? Was she haunted by a past of servitude and trauma? Frigid, shy in bed, or a bit slovenly in revenge? Cinderella, I do not expect a reply, and I couldn't care less about channeling you right now. You came to mind when I was trying to work on something else. I'm alone in my office with the soothing pounding of the keyboard signaling thoughts in motion. If I keep going, I'll soon be able to stop dwelling on you. And if I don't feel like it, I'll say nothing about you tonight. You would be the antithesis of a jazz club, unless someone found inspiration in your hypothetical, dissipated future, or in the rewards of humility making do an invention. Somewhere there's music, but not here. There's a question about this. It might be covering what's under. More recently, in the aughts, this room housed the Bagot Inn, along with aging hippies, stand-up comedians from the Boston Comedy Club upstairs, and the post-work crowd paying $5 to mingle around the well-stocked bar with cheap, stiff drinks and $9 pitchers before 7 p.m. Once well lubricated, revelers would move to the spacious back room where attentive servers kept the drinks coming to size up the acts on stage. Often striving young solo rockers early in the evening and more weathered folk bands later on. On Sundays, acoustic musicians would drift back and forth from the bar to Washington Square Park as part of their weekly rite. I thank you for having me here tonight, though I'm not here yet. I thank you for receiving the vibrations I emit, vibrations amplified by the electric current of the microphone, an instrument by which quiet sounds can be made louder. Thank you for the opportunity to present you with my best, most pliant self, a shell for you to fill up with substance, perhaps. Thank you for generously allowing your imagination to invest it with whatever it is you've put into it. I don't want a rebuttal right now. This is a pretend conversation. There's no way out of the lie. I'm emitting no vibrations as I write. Typos might be equivalent to stutterings, but vibrations they are not. Unless the subway rattles and mucks up my handwriting. If you make a mistake, don't make it sound like bleh. It doesn't help. I began by saying I'd gone numb. I have. I had. I'm not reliable either. But enthusiasm has gotten me into more trouble than apathy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delayed because of train traffic ahead of us. Please be patient. This is not cumulative. The future adding to the past, neat stacks of modular thinking piling up or interlinking, if you lean toward horizontal formations. This, whatever this is the future interrupting the past, diverting its path, determining its upshot. Verticality asserts itself. The past is roots, the future is branches, or its outcome. The past is interiority, whose outwardly manifestation is forthcoming. Tonight, a body also produced itself a sound, allowing for an inside to be recognized by an outside. Are we on the same page? I'd like for this to be a redemption center, including what would otherwise be trashed. Erect this as an anthem to the minutes that slipped by while busy anticipating, forecasting, absorbed, to what never got done, to the cinders, the failed attempts, the untimely, el destiempo. How did it get so late? I'm afraid I'm not completing my thoughts. Or am I simply repeating myself? In all species, at every scale of organic functioning, genetic, metabolic, behavioral, internal pacemakers oscillate. This is a kind of movement which, like a swinging pendulum, advances along a certain path only to be restrained and pushed back in the opposite direction. We're so hung up on the weather. Rain pouring down, this pitter and patter and beating, spattering, driving me mad. Stormy weather. Beautiful day today, sunny and warm with highs in the upper 60s. On any given block, the shines obstructed or unobstructed passage to their branches. Trees are starting to bloom unevenly, reflecting the various exposures to sunlight. It's early in the morning, but the light belongs in dusk. Current conditions, breezy and cooler than yesterday, showers. Today's weather, a season's betrayal. The light belonged in spring, deceiving warmth-seeking bodies. Further rereadings require more amendments. It is Sunday again. It's sunny. Expect highs in the upper 60s and gusty winds over 30 miles an hour. Tomorrow, cloudy, a little rain, cooler, high 47. New England edition. Tonight, cloudy, rain becomes steadier, low 40. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, cool, some showers, high 50. Tonight, isolated thunderstorms, rain holding steady until tomorrow. Very little change in temperature for the rest of the night. Just a stray shower and some drizzle along with patches of fog. During the day, Sunday, it's mostly cloudy, warmer, perhaps some showers, and rumples of thunder, high 74. Mild conditions, Monday, mostly dry. Partly sunny and even warmer Tuesday and Wednesday. It's supposed to be 68 degrees today. What happened? I was daydreaming. Honey, he'd say, it's like you're not there. And I wasn't.
Thank you, Monica. We're gonna take, thank you, Monica. And we're gonna take a, woo! We're gonna take a 10-minute break for refreshments. And we will be back with Andrew Lampert and Lisa Sanditz.